Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Jimmie Hallis, curator at the ASOM, here for our second installment of Hidden Treasures of the ASOM. So today we're going to focus on the Battle of the Bulge. It was the last major German offensive of the war, and the goal for the German army was to capture the port city of Antwerp, Belgium, giving them access to the Atlantic on the western coast of Europe, as well as splitting the Allied lines and encircling and destroying the Allied armies that got caught up north. Numerous American units were rushed to the front lines in an effort to stop the German advance, which consisted of over 400,000 men, 1,400 tanks, 2,600 artillery pieces. The offensive took the Allies by surprise, and the drive west caused a bulge in the Allied defensive lines, hence the name Battle of the Bulge. But by late January 1945, the German offensive was crushed, along with any real ability of the German army to hold the war to a stalemate. So one of the American airborne units, the 551st Parachute Infantry Battalion, was one of the units that was rushed into the front lines. As the battle progressed, they were eventually attached to the 82nd Airborne Division. At the end of the battle, only 110 men from the battalion walked out of the Ardennes forest. They lost almost the entire battalion, including their battalion commander. And so to honor these guys in the 551, we have a bunch of artifacts that haven't been seen on exhibit. And so what we have are PFC Forrest M. Reed wore this wool scarf in Belgium, Reheer, Belgium actually, and these are his cold weather mittens, to include with the trigger finger, which they're flippable, you can reverse them, tighten them up. We also have his M3 fighting knife made by Imperial. And along with that, we also have Sergeant Doug Dillard. These are his binoculars made by Westinghouse that he carried with him during the Battle of the Bulge. And they're in great shape. As well as a silk escape and invasion map. Now this has Belgium and Germany on it, and since they were in Belgium fighting, it also has southern France, Germany, and Switzerland, and it's two-sided. Now, silk was a scarce commodity during the war because of what was going on in the Pacific with the Japanese, but certain companies could get their hands on it. Now, the neat thing about a silk map is you can wad it up and stick it in your pocket, especially if it's wet. And when you pull it out, it doesn't tear like a paper map. The ink doesn't run. And the second thing is you can hide it anywhere. A lot better than a paper map. And it doesn't make any noise when you unfold it. So if you see how thin this is, it's easily hideable. Colonel Dillard retired as a full bird colonel, but he went on to fight in Korea and Vietnam. And in Korea, he was with the unpicked forces, or the 8240th Army Unit, dropping South Korean soldiers, paratroopers, behind the lines. So Colonel Dillard, we owe him a great deal of gratitude to this country. Hey, we hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Hidden Treasures of the ASOM. If you get a chance between December and April to come by the museum, please do, so you can see our new temporary exhibit, The Ghost Army of World War II. We know you're going to enjoy it. On behalf of the ASOM staff and everyone here, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay safe and healthy.